Alright, what is up everybody? My name is GrizzGoat and this is the first episode in a franchise zoo build on my channel. This is very exciting because I have not played Planet Zoo since launch weekend, I believe. Yes, I think that is right. I think I bought it with so much excitement, and I think some of the bugs just kind of turned me off, and I think I haven't picked it up since. I know they've done a lot to improve it, so that is wonderful. The pathways, though, I still get frustrated with the pathways, but we figure it out in the end. Right here, we did not figure it out, though. It still looked super wonky, so I go back and fix it. I always like to start my zoos off with a big staircase. I like the idea of being teleported up to a different kind of area. I think if you look back on kind of like museum architecture, libraries, old libraries and stuff, that's kind of the concept of why you always walk up into those museums. Just kind of the idea behind like enlightenment, like you're going somewhere to learn, to gain knowledge, and I think that with zoos, I think that's important. I like it. So here I am, just kind of figuring out the main shape that I want to go for. At first, I'm thinking we're kind of gonna make this big circle. Guests can kind of loop around and look at an animal kind of down below. You'll see that I don't stick with this idea. I stick with half of this idea. But yeah, I was thinking maybe we could do a shopping center kind of in this area, info booth or whatever. But then, yeah, I ditched that idea because I couldn't get pathways to work. I started thinking about the crowds that'll build up at the top of the stairs. And so, yeah, here I am. We delete it all. And start from scratch with just the staircase. So there I am building it up, just to avoid any crowds kind of like gathering too close to the top of the staircase. Yep, I always like to work with the 45 degree angle snap on. Just makes for symmetry, which, yeah, I'm a sucker for symmetry. And here, my plan did not work. Originally, I was going to put the staff buildings under there, kind of out of sight, out of mind for the guests, but I did not build it high enough. So instead of digging out the ground, I decided to just put two staff buildings on the side of the pathway. So in the future, we will make these a lot prettier than they are. Working with franchise mode, it's easy to kind of spend all your whole budget decorating and forgetting that you actually have to bring in zoo guests and entertain them, provide amenities for them, the whole shebang. So yeah, so eventually we will make this area prettier, but not today. So here I am struggling with the path. I don't understand why people wouldn't be able to walk under this 2-flight of stairs structure, but Planet Zoo decided it's too short to put a pathway under there, so I'm gonna have to learn the terrain stamp tool. So here I am trying to figure that out, to kind of weave a pathway underneath to connect the two buildings, staff buildings basically. So I worked with that for quite a while, The stamp tool is nice, but it's kind of hard to work with when you're just kind of remembering the controls. I'm not positive if they even had this tool launch weekend, actually. I think it's kind of a new addition. But it is nice to just kind of like have a nice slope just stamped out for you. Here I am just carving it out, making it look nice, trying to keep it all even. Yeah, you'll notice that I do like everything to be as even as I can make it without getting too frustrated. You know, every once in a while there's a post out of place, a beam out of place, but you have to sacrifice. Do you want it symmetrical, or do you want to struggle with it for a half an hour? You have to find that balance. So here I am smoothing it out, making it look a little more natural. And I was gonna kind of close this gap, but I think we can fill it up, make it look a little more interesting. It might be kind of like a staging area for the keepers and the caretakers and stuff like that, because you'll see the animal that we're planning on using for this exhibit right here is one of the larger ones. So having a large area kind of underneath the pathway kind of makes sense for this exhibit, the more I think about it. So I think it might look cool. I'll have to decorate it, not necessarily for anybody's eyes, but the staff. And then here I am. I love this corrugated metal that they got going on here. So we're just kind of putting a facade on the staff buildings for now. They'll definitely go through a facelift in the future. But like I say, working with Step in franchise mode, you got to be wary of budget. You don't want to blow it all on just making the staff buildings look pretty. And eventually they will all become kind of part of a main entrance, whether it be like a gateway or like a big structure or something, is yet to be determined. But believe me, they will be a lot nicer looking later on. Alright, so here we are putting down the first barrier for our exhibit. And you'll see I have not worked with the barriers in a very long time, so getting used to it, kind of relearning how everything goes. And you will find out that this hedge barrier does not last very long. The animal we decide to put in this exhibit does not like it, and I think broke it about 5 times in a span of 5 minutes. So yeah, we don't stick with this hedge very long, but it looks nice. I like the idea that when a guest comes back on this side of the exhibit, they kind of don't see the stairs. They kind of are escaped from reality, and I like that a lot in my zoos. Yeah, so secrets out, we're using the African buffalo. Thinking back, a buffalo held back by hedges, just, I don't know what was going on in my mind. It just seemed like it would, I've just felt like buffalo would like it. But yeah, I was wrong. Alright, so here we are carving out the pool for the buffalo, and you will find I also did not stick with this idea. yeah, I was going for kind of an underwater viewing of this, for this side of the exhibit. But I just could not get the pathway to cooperate with me. It took a long time. You'll see the pathways just kind of flopping around back and forth. Yeah, shaping, sloping, trying to get it to work, but I eventually just erased it all. And once I erased it all, I could not get the pathway to go back to the way it was. So, yeah, trying to make it look somewhat nice. I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't go back, but eventually we figure it out and get it somewhat close to how I had it in the first place. But this whole thing probably took me a half an hour just to get the pathway to get back to the way it was. And if I make this look like I know what I'm doing at all, which probably not, this footage is sped up 531%. So don't feel bad if I look like I'm building really fast, because I am not. So here we are putting in the gate for the exhibit. Now we are selecting our buffalo. I don't know too much about selecting animals. I was really just looking at fertility and the longevity, which I think, you know, that's a good way to start. So yeah, I'm just kind of figuring out the main requirements, because I know they need water and land. So they don't need deep water. So here I am just kind of making a natural, just kind of shallow pool for them to kind of hang out in. Sloping the terrain a little bit. I think I actually end up kind of taking that back a little bit. But yeah, here it says I think I could almost have like 10 buffalo in there, which seems crazy to me. I don't think I will ever go with 10 buffalo. I think I kind of end the video on 3. Which always down in the comments correct me on anything I'm doing, because yeah, this was my first time back building a zoo since opening day, so or opening weekend, I should say. I'm pretty sure I don't know if I had an opening day, but yeah. So here I am, kind of just making a nice kind of wall of rocks to kind of give the guests a feeling that they're entering something wild. Sorry for the cheesiness there, but yeah, it's kind of just more of an idea at this point. It's might not be permanent. It might turn into an archway of rocks at some point. We will see. And yeah, so here we're putting in the buffalo right now. Now we're adjusting the terrain for them just a little bit. I like to put the long grass, just a little bit of long grass in the ponds, because it kind of looks like a weird, or not a weird, natural thing, but kind of like grass, like long stringy grass you kind of see in the bottom of a pond. And now here we are just adding kind of like some wear and tear to the exhibit. I like to think that like maybe the buffalo just kind of walk around the same path around the river, or the lake, pond. So yeah, just kind of trying to visualize like where do they go to drink, where do they go to sit, kind of thing. Now we're just kind of adding a little bit of cover for them. Which now I say that, but I guess they can be seen from behind also. But yeah, in my mind, it is cover for them. Just kind of adding a couple more types of grasses around. I don't think they don't seem like an animal that really has a lot of trees around them, but they do live around bodies of water, so it will be kind of like lush and green. I think I just kind of stick with this for the time being. I think that's kind of how it's going to be laid out. And then here I am trying to figure out what kind of enrichment they need, forgetting that the scientist needs to research that. So I do at some point research that. And here we have the buffalo going crazy. And I love that the guy still uses the door even though that the gate has been completely destroyed. Just a gentleman. Yeah, so here I am trying to figure out what's going to look nice instead of the hedge. I liked the hedge a lot, but we settle on the wood. The wood, it looks good, but I still prefer the hedge. And, you know, I don't know how that one got broken, but by the end of the video, they seem to be doing fine. So that, yeah, still trying to figure out the enrichment. I thought maybe a water plant feeder might do it. There we are, popping down just a normal feeder for them. And then I noticed that I wanted one more buffalo. So we got that one on the way. I love that they use a little vacuum to vacuum it all up. So here, yeah, we got the research. We're plopping down some of those scent things. Sorry, I don't know the terms. Like I say, first day back. We'll get back better at this. First day back to Planet Zoo and first video. Leave a like and subscribe. Support my channel. I want to do way more of this. I usually make zoos, delete them right away. In any kind of city planning, zoo building, roller coaster tycoon type game. You know, I play it for a day and then I delete my delete the save file and start over the next time I pick up the game. So I really want to make this zoo nice and put a lot of thought into it. And hopefully down the line, the next video will start getting into the thought part once we start making money with this franchise zoo. But yeah, so here I am just kind of moving the camera around to see like where the guests are going to be looking. We're zooming into those details like the grass coming out of the path. That just looks bad. Then I get the wild idea to do an overhang. Who doesn't love a good overhang? I know I would be absolutely thrilled to just hang out over top some buffalo. Yeah, so there we are, pretty much complete. I believe this is pretty close. Yeah, there we go. So please like and subscribe. This is my first video. I don't know what else YouTube wants from me. But yeah.